Gemini, you have a high level of discernment right now. Something may be exposing itself to you, okay? Or you might come across a certain message or some kind of information, and Spirit's asking you to use your discernment. And I actually wrote down discernment between oppositions. It's as if what you're hearing is trying to create an opposition. It's a little bit of a divide and conquer mentality. So this could be something you're hearing out in the world. It could be a conversation with a friend. Maybe it's in a relationship context or at work. But there's something that is being said with such vigor and such certainty, but it's oppositional in nature. And Spirit wants you to not buy into something wholesale, think for yourself. It's not necessarily that this person is wrong or trying to deceive you. It's more of perhaps it's not the truth as you and your soul align with it. Okay, so what I really want to say is perhaps it's just not the divine truth, but it could feel like that for this person or whoever's saying it. So I don't know exactly what it is we're talking about, but I also got that something is being told to you, and it's a tale as old as time. And then I wrote Saturn in brackets, and Saturn is the planet that rules time and karma and restriction and contracts. And so there could be something here that this person is saying, or something you're hearing, some kind of message that is repetitive in nature, or it's something that's already been said before. And I feel like whatever it is that's been said before, it didn't really work out the way that the speaker or the person anticipated it to roll out and work out, meaning that maybe people didn't believe them in the past. And so they're trying again. And I also wrote down new face, same mechanism. It seems like a very specific message. We're going to get the cards out and see what else comes through. Maybe things will get more clear for you as we go on, or more specific to you individually and what you're thinking about and what you're going through. But we'll see what happens. I also got the name Claire, but when I wrote it down, I was also thinking about clairaudience, clairvoyance. So there could be something about the clairs that you're interested in or that you want to think further into. And I do feel like there is... maybe it is clairaudience here, the ability to hear the truth, because there is something that's being said that's a little wobbly. I'm getting the word wobbly in nature. Okay? There's an intention behind it to oppose, to divide. Okay? And then the stone that I really felt guided, and I don't always have a stone or a crystal, but I really felt guided to hold this as I was speaking to you, and it's howlite. And I don't know much about all the crystals, so I looked it up. And what came through here on the web about howlite is very interesting because I feel like it aligns with your message. It says here that because it's so porous in nature, it's frequently dyed to imitate turquoise or more expensive gemstones. And I feel like that goes back to this discernment. Something might not be what it seems. Underneath what? Hold on. Underneath Eight of Swords. And it's interesting because this stone helps with stress release, used to reduce anxiety, tension, and intense emotions like anger and impatience. It helps with mental clarity, a sleep aid. You can put it under your pillow. It's also associated with the crown chakra. Underneath, whoever is distributing, speaking this message, texting you, emailing you, however this communication is flowing to you, I'm hearing, and hopefully not through you, is like maybe you're tempted to repeat something you've heard without discernment. Try not to do that, okay? Underneath it is high anxiety. This speaker, this person has a lot of stress about something. There may be something about their cadence, their tone, or even the way their voice sounds. Maybe they're speaking really fast or really slow. There's something about it that's a little bit like you can't hear. It's almost like you can't really hear what they're saying because of the way they're saying it. I don't know what this is, Gemini. Okay. Maybe this is going to come through soon if it hasn't already happened. I don't know. It feels so specific. Yeah, so let's get into your cards and see what's going on here. Spirit, what's up for Gemini? Discernment between oppositions. Tale as old as time. New face, same mechanism. Fork in the road. Crossroads between oppositions, right? And Queen Bee, authority. Somebody speaking with authority. Certainty. Creating a fork in the road. But it feels like this fork in the road is a little bit of an illusion, is what I'm getting. It's almost as if somebody wants to you to choose this or that, but it doesn't need to be that way. Or maybe this is you with yourself, right? You're limiting yourself to two different viewpoints when there's a third or fourth or a fifth or a sixth or infinite possibilities available to you. I feel like it's very important that you remember that you are your own spiritual authority. No matter what you're dealing with, if it's work or relationships, it's important to know that you have spiritual authority over your own decision-making process. Okay? There's also something about someone who's worked very hard behind the scenes with this Eight of Swords mentality, with anxiety and stress. They're kind of concealing it, though. It's kind of a know-it-all vibe, in a way. There's something that reminds you, this person or something they say reminds you of something unpleasant. The King, control, reversal of fortune, Queen and King. This could be someone trying to interfere with your relationships. It doesn't have to be love. It could be friendship. The Walker, the unknown, a journey. It's also someone who wants you to follow what they're saying in some way. Okay, let's get further in. I feel like if you're still here, you must know what I'm talking about, or it's resonating at some level for you. Let's see. I'm not going to take those. I'm not ready yet. I saw organization and enterprise, though. But let's see. Tell me the energy that is supporting Gemini in this situation. Okay, Spirit has pulled this first. Okay. Tell me who Gemini is in this situation, Spirit. What is their energy, Gemini's energy? Or the energy they should embody? The hare, unseen potential, hesitation, and the hunter in reverse, where it says sure-footedness and predestination. Yeah, it's like Spirit's telling you to keep an open mind. Someone's trying to narrow your view, narrow your vision, maybe even condemn you in a certain way, or make you twist something so that you don't keep your scope wide. And you need to keep your scope wide. Okay, that's part of your unique capacity as a Gemini, no matter where Gemini is in your chart. Your ability to adapt and shift and flex your mind in all sorts of directions is really your strength. You can see things from multiple angles, whereas others can't. And this helps you avoid a lot of traps, common traps I'm hearing, traps of the mind. But when you get too dogmatic or you start following what someone's saying, even though your intuition is saying something's off, that's when you get stuck. That's when you get twisted up and you're unable to make your own decisions. When you're allowing someone to make them for you, or someone to guide your thinking, even though you know something feels off. So discernment, so important here. Because you have unseen potential and you're the one with the real crown here. And I like this because I put the King back in, but the Queen here is wearing the crown on her head, and here it's just like, it's like floating above your crown chakra, meaning whoever this is, it's like they're crowning their persona, their ego. They want to be royalty in some way. They want to have authority. I'm hearing in the flesh and bone. Whereas your crown is like your crown chakra. It's your spiritual authority that you're interested in. You're not trying to show off, whereas someone else might. Or it's not show off, it's like to command others see things their way. You're not doing that. And the hunter in reverse is telling me with the sure-footedness that to keep open-minded, to not be so sure-footed. It's as if this person's trying to get you to hunt down a certain opportunity, or hunt them down maybe, or hunt for more certainty when really you've already found your answers and you're just exploring more possibilities at the moment. It's like somebody telling you, Gemini, you have to choose. You have to make a decision. You have to figure out what you're doing about this. And while that's true, eventually you do need to make a choice and a decision surrounding something. It should come at your own time or from your own mind. There's something available to you that this crossroads or this or that black and white kind of thinking obfuscates. Like you can't see it. You can't see this third option, this other opportunity, this possibility if you're just thinking it's either this or that. Okay, so don't let someone pigeonhole you into a certain direction or scare you even into going down a certain path. Okay, let's see this person's energy. Whoever this is. Now, again, it could be an aspect of yourself, shadow aspect, the priest, and the walker. This is what it feels like to me. Yeah, this is what it feels like to me. The unknown, a journey. This is an energy. Now, this could come in the form of a person, or it could be a situation that's manifesting. But it's like there's people involved, maybe you or others, who are kind of figuring things out for themselves. They're on an unknown journey. They don't really have any kind of strong conviction about what's right and wrong in terms of their spiritual beliefs. That's not the right way to say it. They're not dogmatic. You know what's right and wrong, and you have conviction, but you're also open to explore. And there's somebody here who's saying that you shouldn't be like that. And it's like they're collecting energies that are walking unknown journeys that are open to new possibilities just so they can constrain them down a narrow path. It's like the priest in the shadow, right? The authority figure here. This is the other person. And they themselves are walking an unknown path as much as they pretend they aren't. It's very interesting. They're trying to capitalize on yours or other people's hesitations and unseen potentials. Gemini. Okay. For some of you, I literally feel like it could be a spiritual kind of person in whichever form, religious or maybe more new agey, I don't know, but it's like somebody trying to tell you that this is a certain way, and there's something inside of you that's like, something's off about that, and you need to listen to that. And again, it's not because this person's right or wrong, it's because it doesn't align with you. And it shuts down certain avenues for you. And if this is in a relationship context, then there's definitely a spiritual element at play, where somebody is trying to exert authority and control in the relationship, but they themselves, they're maybe preachy at some level, but they themselves are walking a path that is undefined, yet they want to define yours. It's that kind of energy. Discernment between oppositions, the king and the queen too, right? Whoa. Okay. Let's see the energy that is supporting you, Gemini. Oh, and I'm just looking here. I'm just seeing, I don't know, you probably can't read it, but my eye just caught this. Howlite, the master of disguise, which is kind of what we said before, right? It's used as an imitation stone often. Master of disguise. Yeah, exactly. This person could have a lot of Scorpio placements or water for sure in their chart. Also, I'm sensing some air in the shadow. Maybe Libra. Let's see. And again, it doesn't have to be a person. It could just be kind of a situation, like you're in a workplace, or maybe you're in some kind of educational setting and there's like some dogma, you know? It's almost ritualistic, the way you're supposed to do things. And if you don't do them a certain way, then you need to make a choice whether you stay or go. And, you know, it's this kind of thing. It's kind of culty. There's a cult-like mentality. That's it. Okay, achievement coming out for your supportive energy. We have Sun in Capricorn. Well, that's Saturn too. Capricorn energy, 10th house. So this could be about your public image or work, but you have achieved a public-facing confidence in who you are. I don't know what that means exactly for everyone, but I want to say you're not scared to be wrong. And that lack of fear you have of being judged is actually threatening to others, because it means that you explore ideas without worry and without the ability to be controlled. Let's get one more. Tell me more for Geminis. Order, achievement and order. And we have Moon in Virgo. So there's an order here to things, but this is also giving me that cult-like mentality, like a certain order, like a group. Maybe you've broken out of some kind of order, the order of the way you're supposed to live your life. Are you a very organized person? You know, I some of you already know this because I talk about her sometimes, but one of my bestest friends from when I was a child, she is a Gemini sun, Gemini moon, and Gemini rising. I'm a Gemini moon too, which is perhaps how we get along. But she is so organized, and it blows my brain. Blows my mind. Yeah, so there's something about organization, and that kind of level of organization may make you feel like you've achieved order in your life. But see, what Spirit is trying to nudge you towards is not chaos, not at all, but a little bit of creative disorganization, a little bit of openness, a little bit of creativity and play. You know, think about children. They don't typically, when they're very young and they're starting to learn about the world and create things for themselves, they don't typically want everything in order. That comes later, and it's usually as a result of trying to control their environment because something else feels out of control. And I feel like, again, I'm getting this word capitalizing. It's like this person may be wanting to use order, like here's the order of things, here's how things need to go, to capitalize on this openness that you have. So perhaps you're looking for more structure and order in your life because you feel like things are out of control. But Spirit is saying, utilize that energy to create something new for yourself, to discover, to be a little bit more of an adventurer. Does that make sense? Is this reading for like 3 people? I feel. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Fortune in the challenge. I'm going to get one more. And we have Sun in Leo, which was the other sign that was calling to me, Leo. But I decided to go with your energy. Well, actually, I split the deck to make a decision. I asked Spirit, who should I read for? And I saw the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords, and that was you. So that's also something to keep in mind, your two cards that I first initially saw when I sat down to work with your energy. Queen of Swords and the High Priestess, your discernment, your spiritual discernment, your intuitive discernment. Ooh, revenge and caution. Yeah, the priest, revenge, caution, and fortune. I don't know about this, whoever this is. Give me one more on the order. I feel like I'm not getting something there. Maybe I did get something wrong. Hold on. Tell me about the order. Why is the order supporting Gemini here? Thank you. We have devotion and organization. Okay. So we have Mercury in Capricorn. Ooh, that's very certain. And Saturn in Libra. Devotion, organization, order, achievement. So maybe this energy here is asking you to put something out of order, because it looks like organization and order do work for you. I still feel like Spirit's asking, like I keep seeing one of these pots being knocked off the ledge, and somebody being like, oh no, you know, all the soil's everywhere. But then it allows you to buy a totally different plant, one that you've never seen before, and put on this shelf, and you have a new connection with it, and it's more interesting to you. It creates some kind of change in your environment. That's what I keep seeing, which makes me feel like, yes, organization works for you, but there's something new coming in as well. Maybe you have been devoted to an actual organization of some sort. You've brought a lot of order to things. Okay, I'm going to keep going and see what happens. We have fortune, revenge, and caution coming through for this person. Mars in Scorpio, Mercury in Virgo, and Sun in Leo. Okay, so this person, whatever it is that they're doing or they're saying or the message they have, they are coming from that Eight of Swords place. They have a bone to pick, or they're seeking some kind of retribution is the energy. And maybe not so much revenge, but this kind of retribution. They want to reap some reward, some fortune. I'm hearing the word displacement. Maybe they feel displaced. They want to find their place amongst the stars. I'm hearing with this card, amongst the stars. This could be someone born in the period of, you know, the 13th sign. I don't really go with that, but what is it, Ophiuchus or something? This could be somebody who's born in that time period. I don't know exactly what that time period is. Caution. Now, I feel like the caution here is coming from Spirit and saying, be careful of this priest in the shadow type energy. Okay, they're after fortune. They have a bone to pick, probably with themselves, but it's coming out towards others. There's a very strange, uncertain path here that they're walking and leading others down, even though they're saying something is very certain. They're so certain. Whereas your energy is more kind of like, yeah, organization works for me, but I'm also open to new things. Like, you're different. You're more flexible, adaptable than this energy. Now, I also feel like this energy is perhaps cautioning you. Okay, and saying that if you don't do something a certain way, because look how this person's looking over. If you don't do something a certain way, okay, then something bad will happen to you. Something will come back on you. Bad karma, this kind of thing. But I don't feel like they actually know what they're saying. Not totally. Okay, let's get into the cards. No fear, okay? Have no fear. King of Wands and Death. You control your decision-making process here. And I even want to say the spiritual outcomes of your quest. Okay, I don't know what that means for everyone. So let's see. They are disguised, right? The Master of Disguise. Nine of Pentacles for your overall energy. Independence, independent thought, independent path. Somebody might be like, Gemini, why are you standing on all those pentacles? You need a nice open field. That's where the deer belong. But you're like, I'm managing just fine here. It's okay. It's a little unsturdy. It's a little bit subject to change. But I'm doing well. I got this. And you do. Okay? Yeah. I'm noticing the aura around this deer. There's something magnetic about you, and this person, I don't know how I don't want to. There's lots of ways this energy can be playing out. So I want to keep it kind of general. But what I want to say is you're almost a challenge in some sense. Like, how can I get Gemini to be more Saturnian? It's like, why? Why would you want that? And that's the question. Why don't they value your flexibility and your adaptability and your creativity and your ability to go with the flow on a minute's notice? Even if it's hard for you, you still do it. There's something about that, the structure of your soul, that terrifies this person at a deep level, perhaps because they're not good with change. And I feel like this person has been cast out in some way, like they're an outcast or they've been bullied or something happened to them like that, maybe in childhood. And they've seen that you've been resilient with your own challenges. And instead of suppressing and repressing them, you turn them into unseen potentials. This is something this person doesn't know how to do. And rather than trying to learn from you, they want to be able to push that ability you have down. I don't know why. Okay, and this is what I'm getting, and I know it's really specific. Okay, let's see. Yep. Okay. Alrighty. Let's leave that over there. So your overall energy, the Nine of Pentacles. Tell me more about this, Spirit. What is it about the Nine of Pentacles that I need to know for Gemini and their current energy in this situation? No matter how much people try, they cannot control you. You may allow that illusion for some time, but ultimately you know that you could break free at any moment from any situation, even situations you've signed up for. What is it, Spirit? What am I not asking? Okay, let's use these cards then. Tell me more about the Nine of Pentacles. Practicality, isolation, and criticism. Okay, exactly. So when you are criticized and you feel ostracized or outcast or isolated, you turn that into a practical kind of situation where you can now look at, okay, so I'm now isolated from this situation or this person. What can I do about my circumstances? Maybe this is how the organization and the order helps you, because when something goes wrong, you're able to take a emotional situation and turn it into a practical possibility for you. Nine of Pentacles, practical. Well, I'm going to take care of myself. Well, I'm going to do this for myself, or that's the answer. And again, it's not that it's easy for you, but it's obvious to you what you need to do when somebody bullies you, or somebody points a finger at you, or criticizes you, or tries to isolate you, or tells you that nobody wants you, or something like that. You know? It's as if they have a skewed perspective of you, Gemini. It's as if they're looking at you like you're lost, or that because you don't seem Saturnian in nature and like, you know, I don't know, with all this conviction and hubris, basically, because you don't come off that way, they look at you as weaker and indecisive, but you're not that at all. I'm seeing a little chameleon here. You're adaptable is the word. And you don't disguise your adaptability. The chameleon is a chameleon. It shows up as one. This person is a priest on the surface, but underneath, I'm seeing the devil card come through. Their shadow. They can't deal with criticism and isolation, or when they do, they just double down rather than revising and rethinking their thoughts. Like, oh, well, maybe I did get it wrong, or maybe there is something more. They don't do that. Because there's something they're saying that isn't really resonating with divine truth, and they know it. Now, somebody may be criticizing you and isolating you because you're not being practical enough. Or maybe you're being this way to someone else. Okay? Let's get into what you don't see coming. 7 of Cups. Options, possibilities. This can also be a card of illusion and confusion. But I feel like because the main message here for you that keeps coming through is like there's so many opportunities, there's so many paths. It's not this or that. Spirit's saying you're going to see more and more of what's available to you. So tell me more about the 7 of Cups for Gemini. Flirtation, publicity. Yeah, there's something public facing about you, or there will be. Flirtation, publicity, enthusiasm, and detachment, but you don't let it get to your head, or at least that's what you don't see coming, is that it's not going to get to your head. Which doesn't mean you're not enthusiastic about what you're doing. Hold on a second. There's something that you're learning that other people haven't quite discovered. Or you're opening your mind, you're expanding your mind. And it may be the fear of this person, whoever this is, or this situation, that you're going to take your ideas elsewhere, or other people are going to gravitate towards you. You know, other people are going to be like captivated by you. Yeah. There could be someone who's very possessive here. They don't want you to share a side of you that they see with others. Why? Yeah, there's something going on here. And the more that you... Oh, that's interesting. You probably didn't know, you didn't see it, but the book, I caught in the corner of my eye, just the pages fell over. And what I could see was from Capricorn's reading, interesting, the devil energy, right? What I could see just out of the corner of my eye is this won't break me / bother me. And that's exactly it. This isn't going to break you or bother you. This person's departure, detachment, accusatory tone, or dogmatic kind of speech, messages. There's a little bit of fear-inducing here. It's not going to break you. It might bother you, but it's not going to break you. And it's not going to stop you from exploring. Okay? So that's what you don't see coming, is something that you are discovering and thinking about is going to go public. And people are going to be very enthusiastic about what it is that you're saying or expressing. It's like, wow, Gemini's really onto something here. and your ability not to get too bogged down in this other kind of cult-like mentality, even if it's just with one person trying to control you, is really a huge strength. Now, it might bother you when you're sitting alone and all of that, but it's not going to stop you from doing what you want to do. And for other people, it would stop them, but not for you. So your opportunity is the devil. And I can't help it. I know this seems a little dramatic, but I can't help but feel like this is the other side of this energy here. Right? Master of disguise. Somebody who wants you to worship them, but you have your own connection with your higher self, with spirit, with your path, with your interests, with your loves, you know, your passions, that this person may be trying to preside over or rule over in some way. I'm hearing your feminine nature is important. I don't know what that means for everyone. So tell me more about the devil as the opportunity. Originality. Well, doesn't the devil hate that? I'm pretty sure. Mercury and Aquarius. The original way in which you think and speak threatens this shadow energy, because the shadow within us and in others relies on our past patterns and our behaviors, our traumas, our wounds, our memories, our fears, subconscious mind. That's what the devil shadow energy plays on, right? It's what's known to it and what's known to us. But when you have an original new idea or original new path, how does the devil control that? It's not familiar. It doesn't know where to get its hooks in. And that's exactly why it's trying to narrow your vision so that it can control. Do you see what I'm saying? If you feel guided, just if you feel guided, let me know what this is about for you, because it's very interesting. Feels like for some of you, it could definitely be about a relationship. But for others of you, it's something that I can't even imagine right now, okay? Maybe you're co-creating with someone and they're just very like, no, Gemini, we need to do it this way. And you're like, no, that's been done before. What if we do it a different way? But that's a big threat for this person. Okay, so your originality, your inventiveness and genius is what outsmarts the shadow priest, the devil here. And they may call your genius ideas flattery, egoic, or that they don't serve a genuine purpose, but they do. This person is also jealous of the flattery that you receive. Even if it feels like this person also gets flattery, there's something about what people say about you in particular that they wish people said about them. Okay? This is just what I'm getting. Can I get one more for the devil and originality for the opportunity? I think you're literally creating something, producing something, publishing something, writing something. I don't know whatever you're literally doing something that is going to be well received. Inspiration. Yes, it inspires others. Just as your own creation inspires you. Mercury in Pisces, very creative. Something about communication that you're doing. Speaking, writing, I don't know, podcasting, or if this is in a relationship, it's the way that you communicate in the relationship. It's different than what this person's used to. You know, they don't know how to deal with it, control it. Okay, 9 of Cups for the challenge. Now, this is a little bit tricky here. This is telling me that this energy might offer you something that feels like a wish fulfillment, that feels very tempting and hard to refuse, something that you've wanted, they give to you. But there's a catch. It's like golden handcuffs on some level. It's like, here, Gemini, I know you really want this, so I'll give this to you, but it's like making a deal with the devil in some sense, So what is this? Risk. Yeah, see? Saturn and Aries. It's a risk to your own identity, to your own authority with Aries here. This guy always cracks me up. It looks like he's got a pizza and this like 80s, 90s headband strapped to him. And he looks like so concerned about it too. And he's heading over to this tree. It's a weird energy. Yeah, and look at the situation, right? It's like there's fear here, like, oh, I'm trying to get away from you. I don't really know about this, but this energy's like following you. It's at your feet. It's like, no, Gemini, just turn around and be this weird little pizza headband dude. You're like, I don't want to be that. That's what I'm seeing. There's something that would not make sense if you take this thing that seems like, wow, well, what is it? What is this wish that's being offered here by this energy? It's a risk to take it. We know that. Okay, but it's a risk to your identity and your authority. But what is it? Resourcefulness. They offer you some kind of resource that you feel you need. Money or connections, networking, I don't know, some kind of resource they offer you. And it feels like a wish fulfillment. Okay, but there's a risk involved. And how will Gemini know that? I mean, you're going to intuitively know it, but is there a clue or a sign or something for Gemini so they know that this isn't right? Well, let's get one of these cards. I feel guided to pull this top one. Justice with this mirror. Well, it doesn't mirror your sense of right and wrong. It doesn't mirror your balance. There's something that you have to compromise in order to get this. Okay, can I get a little more on what that might be? Time bomb, urgency, there's pressure. Didn't I write down something? Tale as old as time, time bomb. Right, so this is like, Gemini, you have to take this now. This is only here for a limited period of time. You only have till the next full moon, or you only have till, I'm hearing till you're 6 years old. I assume you're older than that, but maybe something happened around that age. I don't know. And if you're young, go away. This ain't for you if you're young. Okay. This is just for inner children. Okay. So there's that's a message there somewhere. Okay. There's something about that is weird. Maybe this person says inappropriate things around children, or there's some pressure being placed on children. Okay. There's something here about offering you a solution, an answer, shelter, resources, but with urgency, as if like your soul is on the line, or your future's on the line, or everything's at risk, or you're at the crossroads now, Gemini, and you need to make a decision. Chill with that. Chill with that. Okay? That's not the case. Your originality needs time to unfold, and it is. Okay? Take the pressure off of yourself. You will find the right resources to do what you need when the time is right. Okay, the Chariot for your guidance. Keep moving forward, of course, at your own pace. Look, we have an elephant. They can be fast, but they're also very sturdy. There's something here that you're doing that is stable. Elephants are beautiful animals, too. They bury their dead. They mourn their dead. They remember things and people. And so remember, I did say something like, this person reminds you of something. Okay, use that elephant memory of yours to remember who this person really is, because there's a caution here with them. Keep going forward, and you're wearing a crown here, but you're wearing it as the lion, right? With your strength. Your strength is crowning you. You're crowning your strength. Egotism. Okay, give me one more. Tell me about that. And convention. Right. I mean, it's repeating now. So, I mean, we are closing the reading out. But again, Spirit's just reinforcing that this person is trying to get you to go a conventional route rather than you stepping into your originality, because that is how it's easier to control your ego, right? To control your fears and your desires and all these kind of earthly things, and forgetting about what your soul is really after. But you know, with the Chariot, this is a major arcana. This is a soul path here that you're on, that you're taking. I'm going to do an extended reading. I'm also going to tell you the outcome. But the extended reading, I'm going to go a layer deeper. I'm really going to get into whoever this is. I want to know. There's less of you that come to that, so it tends to get more specific. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. If you don't like that idea, you can't go there for whatever reason, then trust that Spirit already knew that, okay, and is not leaving you hanging in any way, shape, or form. Okay, that's truly how I believe it works. The outcome is the Death card. And look, we have this hourglass. On your time. Tale as old as time. Right? This isn't, there's something that might come back around again for you. So don't feel pressured. But I feel like this is you transforming something, transmuting energy, rebirthing yourself in your own time. Okay, there's also an end that you're bringing to a situation here, so that you can grow something new for yourself. And I feel like this is exactly the right move. Okay, there could be something with this energy when it comes to the theme of death. Okay, something a little bit odd that you find. Maybe they're very avoidant to speak about death, or maybe they don't see it in a kind of spiritual way, or maybe they're scared, I don't know, or obsessed, I'm not sure. There's something around the theme of death that is particular to this person, okay? Or the situation. All right, I love you so much. I'll see you next time.